Hi, this is Sharon Rose Pavilion, and I want to share with you my first awakening, which is job versus entrepreneurship. So, for those of you who are watching this video and you are thinking on if you will stay in your job or you will shift to a business or entrepreneurship. So, I came from a corporate job and I had 10 jobs in my entire life before I quit my job and shift into entrepreneurship. So I grew up in a family where our conditioning or brainwashing or culture is about having a good job. It's not really about having a business because for them, having a good job is more secured, and having a business is really risky. So I was in that line of in a job mentality. But I remembered when I was a kid, like probably 12-year-old, we had a mini store in front of our house, which my mom was selling a lot of. It's a mini store, so we're selling different kinds of food, chips, biscuits, etc. So what I did that time, I grabbed a lot of chips and cookies and put them in my bag. And when I went to school, I sold them to my classmates. That was my first time or first experience in selling items. I, I didn't do that just because my mom told me to do. Actually, no one told me to do it. So I found out that I have the desire in me to sell different items. Since then, my eyes was opened to really see what products can I sell, how can I profit from this, and so that time since then I never stopped selling even until now. I love selling good products. Sales is part of my DNA. So how I shifted from entrepreneurship from job. Okay, after I finished my college, I rushed to find a job. It's still like my mind was still brainwashed to have a good job to secure my future. So I rushed to apply and I got a good job. Then probably my 10th job or no 8th job, I felt I love more doing business than in a cubicle and working with papers and computers. And I was introduced in a network marketing business, which is, of course, it involves a lot of selling and meeting people, and it's more fun for me than going to office and do my work. So since then, I was awakened of having a business on your own, and it's like the source of income is not just from job. It's more of the on a business side. So I decided to quit my job that time, and it wasn't really smooth sailing for me. It wasn't easy because I had a lot of challenges. Because that time, of course, my parents and relatives are into job mentality, so I didn't know how to explain to my parents. And I just told them after 3 to 6 months when I quit my job. And I had a lot of challenges, like within myself also, like the self-doubt. If I'm able to make it, what can I do? What can I contribute in this world? Do I have what it takes? What are my gifts? What are my calling? Because that time I didn't have any skills other than what I was doing in my work before. But of course, I didn't want to do them anymore. So I found good thing that I found a life coach, which also helped me to really see myself. It's like to really see what's my gifts, what my calling, what's my potential, what's my strength. And when I was able to figure out that, I was thankful that it led me to the desire in helping women. Now I'm doing coaching and counseling for women who have challenges in their personality, in their relationship, and in their career. So it became rewarding for me. So for you who are thinking whether you will stay in your job or you will quit and move into entrepreneurship, these are my top three opinion for you. So you will learn something from it to decide what to do. Okay, number one, job is job and entrepreneurship or business are both brainwashing of the mind, and it was like we were just associated with or the environment that we came from, let's say from job, the environment was really the job-minded people. And if you are in the entrepreneurship side, you were associated and you were surrounded with entrepreneurship minded people. So if you are in this side, in the job, and you want to shift from here, you need to change your environment first because that is really vital and critical. So, how can you surround yourself with business environment? You can buy the books for about the business and about entrepreneurship. You can attend training and seminars, and you can find a coach about, or you can study. You can study the successful people in the business industry. How did they make it? So it's really exciting for me to really explore more in the entrepreneurship side. Okay, number two. Number two is I found out that um, job is not really a comfort zone for me. It's more about familiarity zone. I'll prove you that. I watched a documentary movie. It's about human trafficking and prostitution. So these women, of course, who are selling their body, who are using their body to make a living, for them it wasn't really a comfort zone. It's not comfortable for them. So they were just pushed to do that because probably of their life situation or probably someone harassed them to do it. So there's an organization who wants to rescue these women and help them to have a decent life, decent job or business. So they are helping them to educating them and equipping their skills. And this is what I found out. After a few months, 97% of them went back to their job. Why? And I found out that because it was what is their familiarity with. So they are familiar with that kind of job. And you know what? When you are in the familiarity zone, your fear is really low. And when you are not familiar with, your fear is really high. So how can you really move into that business side? My advice for you is just do it. Just do it. Just do something that you are afraid of doing. But if it's what you really, really want, because the more you are doing it, the more you will be familiar with it, and the more you will be familiar, your fear level will get low and low. Okay, so number three points that I want to give you is the job limits you. It limits your ability, your gifts, and potential. Let's say you are working in a job and you can't really express your whole self, your creativity, because your boss, your employer doesn't allow you. You have to follow a protocol, right? Wherein in the business side, you really have to. You will be pushed to express your whole self, who you really are, to express your gifts, your calling, your potential, because that is what's really needed in entrepreneurship. So I hope this video will help you decide on what to do in your life. And next video in the next week we will talk about my second awakening, which is about poverty and prosperity, which is really interesting and controversial. So don't miss it. and subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any video that I will show. So if you have comments, questions, you can put them in the comment below, and if you want to share this with your friends who needs this, just do it. And I hope this video helped you. And so whatever we want to be, to do, and to have in your life, it all starts with you. Thanks for watching.